Hey guys, how's it going on a chair? And welcome to a new Assetto Corsa video, which is a little bit special because as you can see, I am going to drive a 2014 Formula 1 car, and it's gonna be a little bit different and special. And I'll explain you why while I'm going out on track in a little moment because I have been quite skeptical about these cars for sure. As we will do a little bit of setup work, like ever so slight setup work. I think that's it really. Yeah, I will leave it at that. So these cars, I have been a bit skeptical about them. You might know it, you might not know it, but my passion for these cars, these new modern Formula 1 cars, isn't really big. Let's put it like that. Probably, if I now watch F1, I am bored quite easily. I think the cars are looking ugly, the sound isn't there, and the racing might be good, but for me it doesn't make up the ugly looks and the sound. Now it could be the way they drive is just much better and much more enjoyable. And I have driven a few laps already with this car, and I must say it's a pleasure to drive it. It is very nice to drive it. The sound doesn't bother me while driving because the driving makes up for the sound. In the cockpit the sound isn't that bad. Once I go and switch over to T-Cam, I think the sound is shit. That's it. But in the cockpit it's not too bad, and as I said, the driving makes up for it. It really does. So we're around the Red Bull ring and going to do a few laps. My personal best at the moment is like a 110, something like that, and I think Alonso has done a 109.2, so that is a little bit of a benchmark for ourselves. So I'm playing with the Formula Corsa F1 mod. It is still in beta. This is version 0.3.5, which is being played on Assetto Corsa version 0.22.9, I think. And well, I must say it's not bad. The driving is actually pretty nice, and it's not really that different from other F1 cars like the previous era. I mean, it has maybe a little bit less grip, it reacts a little bit different. The only main difference I found so far is that these cars have a lot of torque at low RPM. This mod comes with the Lotus, the Ferrari, where we are driving in right now, and the Mercedes. And I do think that the Mercedes is supposed to be faster, or the fastest than those two other cars. So I'm just gonna get a feel for this, do a few slow laps, and then build up my speed and get a feel for it. As I said, I've done a couple of laps, not a lot though. And I must say, I got used to it pretty quickly. The only problems I have found so far is the first corner. I cannot nail the first corner. And also, I have played a lot of R-Factor-2 recently. And the force feedback in R-Factor-2 is spot on. You get so much information from the car. And I got so used to that because I've played R-Factor-2 recently so much that Assetto Corsa, I think it lacks in information, it lacks in force feedback effects. I mean, it is there, but it's just not the way like R-Factor-2 force feedback is. The force feedback is very raw and very tough when you feel like it needs to be smooth, and it's very smooth when you feel like it needs to be raw usually. You don't get that much information, but we'll deal with it. Also, one thing I must mention is that I think an 8th gear isn't really implemented right in the Assetto Corsa engine just yet. Because we're in 7th gear now. Let's see if I go to 8th gear. There we are. Everything freezes on the wheel. The display on my wheel, my information screen. So we've done a 1:14 for our first lap. But I think I'm done with my introduction now. That was pretty much an introduction. So let's get on to the driving. First of all, I would like to say that I have never driven the Red Bull Ring before. I remember the Red Bull Ring from watching the previous Formula 1 era with the V10 engines. They raced around this track as well, and I've also seen parts of the race in this year around this track. Not the whole race, but parts of it. So I know the layout. Just need to learn the right racing lines, really. But as I said, I've done a little session before this one, so luckily I'm not a complete noob. And well, we'll make 2 separate videos on this mod. First video is this one, where we are just driving on our own. Second will be an AI race in the Mercedes, or will I do it in the Ferrari as well? I'm not sure. I'll have to think on that, but we will have one AI race at least, because well, I understand that it's for some people a little bit boring when I just drive like this. So some people also want to see an AI race. Some people don't bother, and they also are happy with the way I'm recording right now. So want to make both, well, both sides happy. So we'll also have an AI race. Anyway, onto the track. It is a very difficult track, as you saw me there making a mistake. It is a very flowing track though, which I like a lot. That is really my style. It's a very flowing track, especially this section over here, and the two final corners of this track are 2 incredibly flowing corners. We're coming up to them right now. This one first. This is so flowing, it's unbelievable. And then this one as well. Those 2 corners are one of the most flowable corners in the whole calendar, in my opinion. But yeah, I'm just having trouble with this first corner every time, because when you touch the curb on the inside, it spins the car around. Usually, so I want to stay off that. But by doing so, you get too deep into the corner, and you compromise your exit for the straight coming after that. So I don't find this difficult to drive. It's pretty similar to well, to other mods from the previous Formula 1 era, as I go too deep in there. It's just like any other car, you know. I mean, you always need to get used to something new. It's the same with this, but it's not hard to get used to, definitely not. It's definitely not really that hard to drive. I do presume though that it is hard to drive it on the limit every single lap and being consistent as well. With the high, or with the very strong torque you get, as I got stuck on the curb there, you sometimes do pick up a little bit of wheel spin, bit of tire wear, bit of tire temperature. But once again, you can deal with it. It was a pretty nice first corner. So let's start to push a little bit more now. We have a 111.9 on the boards at the moment, so we should be able to get a second quicker at least. They have a lot of braking power, these cars. And as you saw, that just get slowly on the throttle is no problem. It's also no problem to accelerate in a straight line. That's not a problem at all. That's actually very, very easy. The thing is, exiting the corner right here, I'm still turning my wheel, and I need to get on the power. That's where the car starts to become a little bit tricky in terms of acceleration. There's a little bump here. There it is, which causes the car to unstabilize itself a little bit. There we go, that's a low 11. Another sweet first corner. I'm starting to master it a little bit now, luckily. So this V6 engine in real F1, I think it's limited at 15,000 RPM. In this mod, for some reason, it only goes to 13,000 RPM. Maybe I am wrong, or this mod is still in development and you can change it later, like fuel mixtures and stuff like that. I'm not sure. But yeah, a lot of people have been asking me to actually someday drive in these cars. I've waited for a little while for some good mods to come out, as we did a 110 just there. I've been waiting for... Oh, as I got stuck on the starship curb there. See, I think the curbs in the Assetto Corsa are not right, at least not for me anyway. I've been waiting for a couple of good mods to come out. This is one of them, Formula Corsa. There's also another mod, I think, for Assetto Corsa, which is developed by F1 ASR, which is a great modding community, one of my favorites. I haven't tried that mod out just yet, I don't know why. I saw Formula Corsa and I just thought, let's go with that one. That is stupid. Didn't pay attention. But I do think that the driving in these cars is a lot of fun. It definitely makes up for the other things. I mean, to drive this, I don't bother the sound or anything like that. I don't get bothered by it. It's just the driving and the racing which I like a lot about these cars. But at the same time, I don't think it's such a big difference compared to the previous era, which was fine as well. Tried to brake late, didn't work, so we know that that is the limit. Do some setup work later as well, maybe add a little bit more downforce, see what's happening, or see what will happen, of course. But yeah, I'm hoping that there will be a mod release for R-Factor 2 as well, with F1 2014. Because in that way I can really have some fun with the mod. I mean, I really feel like Assetto Corsa just lags force feedback. Hopefully they will fix it in a later update, because the game is very nice, graphics are nice. And actually Assetto Corsa is becoming the R-Factor 1 again, because there are so many mods coming out for this game. It's unreal, really. Just like R-Factor 1 was popular before with great mods. It now shifted to Assetto Corsa, really, as R-Factor 2 has some mods, but definitely not as much as Assetto Corsa. And I think that is down to the engine a little bit. I have heard that R-Factor 2 has a little bit of a different engine for the modding, and it makes modding a little bit tougher and harder. That's what I believe, though. I do think, though, that R-Factor 2, basically every mod which gets released is from superb quality. So that is that's a pro. But yeah, the con is that there aren't as many mods. A little bit of oversteer there. So we should fill up soon, or fuel up soon, rather. Let's do one more lap. Poor exit though. Could have been better. See, that is why I do not like the force feedback in the Assetto Corsa. I thought I was ready to go there. I thought I was stable. The wheel felt good. No wiggling on the wheel anymore, so I thought throttle. Nope. Yeah, when I watch a replay, the sound is does really bother me, but while driving it's okay. Anyway, let's go back into the pit. do a few changes. So let's add more aero, quite a bit more. See if that's a little bit better. It's a very short lap. But yeah, I do not really notice a big difference, and I'm comparing this with cars such as the 2013 cars, 2012, you know, the previous era. Only difference really is that it has more torque, and that's it. I mean, the oversteer you get is still from the same category, you know. It always is, or it usually is on corner exit. It's correctable. That is not really a difference. The only difference is the moment where the oversteer kicks in, because of the torque. I also just cannot get used to 8 gears for some reason. I mean, I'm so used to taking a corner, an example in 3rd gear, while in these cars it would be 4th or even 5th gear. Like, I would be in well, probably in 4th gear through this corner. In the old F1 or the previous era, well, that corner is high RPM 5th, almost 6th gear, especially on the exit. But you get used to it. You get used to everything, pretty much. I'm not running DRS. I don't know if there's DRS in the Assetto Corsa actually. I know, great preparation, but I just simply don't know it. Once again, do not want to touch the inside curb. It spun me out before. That was a very good corner. I will lose some time down the straights thanks to more aero. That should give me more downforce in these sections. And indeed it does. Oh, it gives me a lot of downforce. Wow. Didn't expect that. Was used too much on the inside there. Got over the curb and spun out. Those curves on the inside there, they are very, very tricky to master. Otherwise that corner would be almost flat out, I think. It's just the bumps on the entry which yeah, you really need to lift for. Otherwise you will spin yourself out. The car becomes very light on the entry of the final corner there. You can see it probably every time, just a little bit of sliding through there really. That's what I mean. See, I hate those inside curb. I mean, you want to hit it, but at the same time, you know, you shouldn't hit it. I mean, let's be honest, the quickest way through that corner is to hit those curbs, but they unstable the car and you're off. By the way, I also noticed a weird glitch on this track in the Mercedes. When I got in the Mercedes and tested it, I wanted to test how much faster the Mercedes was. It's quite a bit faster, by the way. It's it's a lot more stable than this car, I think. Every time I got over a curb, it was like there was some kind of invisible wall. Like if I do that with the Mercedes, I would crash. It would spin me out. Basically, it's like you hit a wall. So I think the Mercedes just in this mod is running lower or something like that than the Ferrari. And every time you get over a curb, it's like you hit a wall. So it's pretty much undrivable. Because, well, you really need to use curbs on the track, of course. They are there for a reason as well. Otherwise you will be massively slow. See there, it just becomes a little bit floaty on the corner entry. It also does that. And turn, what is it? What? I will count. This is turn 1. Oh. Yeah, sausage curb. See, I don't know. Assetto Corsa and curbs, they are not right, in my opinion. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, are these turns? I don't know if these are turns. I will say it. I will say the corner when I'm there. It's the corner after this corner here. So you get a straight, and then the track is going to dip down. It's this tight right-hander we're coming up now. the car becomes a little bit floaty in this corner as well. Same story as with the final corner. Right here, you see that the car becomes a little bit floaty on the rear. So when you brake too late, you pick up a lot of oversteer on corner entry. And oversteer on corner entry is something you do not want. Okay, let's put in a good lap now. We have had 2 shit laps, so we need to improve. Oh, again the inside. Clip the inside again. And you can see how much it unsettles the car. I have more arrows, so I have more grip into that corner. And so every time I get too close to the apex, closer than I think I would. Okay, let's see, we are just over half a second down. See if we can make that up a little bit. Higher arrow does not seem to be the way to go. Yeah, just it unstables the car a little bit more, and so we should focus maybe a little bit more on mechanical grip instead. We'll do it one more time, one more try I should say. Here we go. Careful in the first corner. Ah, come on. I don't know, that I do not feel like that should happen. I know it's a big sausage curve, but why would it spin me around like that? Can I take a shortcut? I would be amazed if I could. Let's try it. Doesn't look like it. Oh, maybe I can. I think I can actually. It's not really a shortcut now, is it? Ah, there we go. Well, that wasn't really a shortcut, I believe. I think I would have been faster if I just kept on driving. Nah, it doesn't matter. See, those bumps on the inside there are horrible. They really are horrible. I don't remember them being there really that much in real life either. But maybe that's me. No, don't touch it. Very, very bad first corner. Oh, that lap didn't count. Ah, that's a shame. See, it hits 13,000 RPM and that's it. Once again, car becoming floaty. Yeah, it's better to run low aero actually. It's more stable. Of course you will get less grip, but you should try to make up for that then by focusing on mechanical grip instead. Change a few anti-roll bar values maybe, perhaps, I don't know. This lap should count. And so it does, so we'll start a new lap now. And I fuck up immediately, oh my. No. No. Sorry for the language there. Getting a bit frustrated. I'll go with 24-25. And then add a bit more camber. Minus 4.2, that's quite a bit. What else? Lower that one. High, more to the front there. Now this is important. Raise the value to make the front end roll less and gain stability, precision faster. I'm gonna put this a bit higher. Same for that one then. Let's see. Go out again. See, listen to the sound in T-Cam. I think the Mercedes sounds are better. The Mercedes sounds really spot on. That's why I might do an AI race with the Mercedes actually. Also, one thing I noticed is that in T-Cam, so the cam we're using right now, on the steering wheel, the display, you can see this RPM indicator on the left hand side. And it fills up this little bar as your RPM gets higher. When I go back into the cockpit, like this, that little bar on the left hand side of my wheel is filled. Just every time, it doesn't change, the value there doesn't change, very weird. In the Mercedes I think it does change, but we'll see on that later. Right, so let's try our new setting. That corner there is so quick, it's unbelievable. 6th gear. That was better. Braked late, but still the stability was good. I feel like the top speeds need to be higher from these cars. I'm barely hitting 300 kilometers an hour, while in real life they are definitely over 300, I think. Maybe there's a setting I haven't found out yet, I'm not sure. That was a poor corner. Yeah, this does feel better. Oh, right on the limit for that corner, that's for sure. You can brake just before the 100 meter board, I would say. Oh, on the curb. Poor corner again. Need to get used to that. It's a very weird corner, but a very nice one at the same time, in my opinion. It's a little bit longer than you would expect, that corner. It goes on and on and on. .6. Need to improve quite a bit if I can. Once again, right on the limit. I think I found the right line for this corner. At least the right braking point. I'm 2 tenths up. Having a good exit as well, still gaining time. That was better. That was not great. Took a lot of risk into that corner, a bit too much. We're going to crash. Whoa! I thought we were going to hit that pit wall, to be honest. That's why I said we're going to crash. Look at that. The skip marks on the track. That was very close. I'm gonna go back a little bit, turn around here to get good straight line speed for the straight. Start a new lap. It was 4 tenths up, so that was a better lap time. Still not in 1.9, so you really need to put in a good lap if you want to do that. No, not touch the curb. Oh, whoa, I thought it was going to spin me out there. I will still try to push this lap, see what we can do. Too much on the curb. Starting to overdrive now. I should relax a little bit and try again. It's better to put in good laps, like lap after lap after lap, and then build up your speed much more than just pushing straight on or straight away in your first lap. That's not really gonna help. So I'm gonna have to build up pace instead of yeah, like I said, push in one lap. That's not gonna work. You have to build up your speed. I mean, with cars you got used to, and you know very well you can do that. But I'm not used to this car, as I need to improve my concentration as well. Yeah, I need to improve my concentration a lot. I'm gonna talk a little bit less, excuse me for that, but we'll try to put in some laps now. This corner though is so tricky. I feel like the top speeds just need to be higher, but I might be wrong. What I tried there is shift up to 6th gear, but I did it pretty much mid-corner while I was on those bumps, so got some oversteer thanks to that. I think it's best to keep it in 5th for corner entry there, go to 6th gear on corner exit. What the hell is wrong with that corner? I swear this is one of the most annoying corners I've ever driven through. It really is. I cannot get it right. But I presume that I'm just taking too much speed into it right now as the rear end just breaks loose, gives up on me on the entry there. So I'll try to brake a little bit early, but no, with the problem now, I'm used to braking quite late now. I mean, it gives me some oversteer, but if I'm gonna brake early, that probably means I will turn in early as well, as I need time to adjust again, and that probably means I'm going to hit that curb. Well, we'll give it a try. But what a track though, I like this track a lot. Oh, come on. Still oversteer. And then I just got too keen with the throttle because I didn't know what to do. Let's put this up a bit higher. What does this say? Raise the value to stiffen the suspension and get more direct and precise handling with fast reactions. What is the downside to it? The stiffer the suspension, the less grip you get. It depends on suspension. I'm gonna put it up. See if that makes a bit of a difference. This is gonna be my final run, my final stint. Then we'll end the video. But yeah, a lot of people just said to me, try to drive these cars, but I never was that much interested in it, to be honest. And I don't think they are that spectacular or that special. I mean, they are a pleasure to drive. Don't get me wrong on that. But to say that it really is such a great experience, no, it's just average, really. It's just like the previous era, really. It's very similar. You only have a little bit more torque, one gear more, and a little bit of a different feeling, and that's it. But yeah, if you would put me right now in the V10 car, the 2004 cars, 2005, I would be sold out probably. But that's a different story. I've heard, by the way, that there's a 2005 mod coming for Assetto Corsa. I will definitely try that one out. But we are not driving that at the moment. We are still driving this 2014 mod, this great 2014 mod Formula Corsa. We are going to do another couple of laps. Nah, fifth gear is the way to go. Yeah, that was the confirmation that fifth really is the way to go through there. I'm getting frame drops now. Apologies for that. Hopefully it will fix itself and sort itself out. Oh, braking very late. and touch the grass. That is a pure concentration mistake, really. That's incredibly stupid. That is very stupid from my side. Apologies for that. It was looking like a good lap actually at that moment. Up until that point. But it's this corner here. I don't know where to turn in. And I feel like taking a lot more speed into there. Or too much speed into there. A lot of times. Tricky. Tricky, tricky. That was great. That was great. That was fantastic. Finally a good first corner. Let's keep it up. There we are, into the 1-9s. Finally. Ah, sausage curve. Why do you have to be there? Seriously. I did realize though that I took a bit too much speed into there. Was sliding through that corner quite a bit. Let's do a cool down lap and do that once again. But I doubt whether we can beat that lap time. Was a pretty good lap. A very demanding track, I think. Why do I think that? Well, the first corner is tricky, that's for sure. But you know, you can get it right with a bit of practice, and you know, in the race stint you can get through there consistently. I mean, what I'm now doing is just put in very quick laps, not a race pace, you know. But then you come up to this middle section here, and this is where consistency really counts. As it's very hard to find the right line through this corner every single lap again. And especially with those bumps, you always get some surprises you don't expect yourself as a driver. It's another lap thrown in the bin. I cannot get around the line through there. It's a tough corner. Ah, starting to overdrive now. You saw it. I bet you saw it. I'm starting to overdrive. Already happy. What the hell? It already happened in that that right-hander which goes downhill. I even went third gear through there. It gave me time though, but I'm just overdriving right now in order to improve that lap time. And overdriving can lead to some great laps, but also to some shit laps. That's what I mean with a lot of torque at low RPM. I even had a little bit of oversteer moment there. Whew, right on the limit. Of course a track extension, but who cares? Come on, sausage curbs! I hate them. I absolutely hate them. Okay, I said final run before, but that was a joke. That was not true. Because I'll do another one with low fuel. Just enjoying this a lot. I really am. One more go. It's been a long video, but I'm enjoying this. See, I'm just full throttle there in a straight line without having too much, corrections or oversteer. It doesn't spin me out. Like, this is what I mean. I bet I can go full throttle pretty easily. Here we go. See? No problem. It's just when you put throttle down on corner exit, like when I don't have my wheel straight. Watch this. See, that's not gonna work. That was a little bit of a demonstration. So you can go on the throttle, but only when the car is really like pointed straight. And that's why this corner is very tricky on exit, because you're still turning and then you put the power down. But it is best to put the power down when your wheel is, when you're just gonna have it straight. Which is in every single F1 car, pretty much. But in this one it's most noticeable because of the very high torque at low RPM. You can tell that I was pushing. You can tell. Wanted to make that gap up. I want to do one more lap. Problem is, I only have 3 more liters. And I do want to have a good run as well. Oh, come on, fuel. Hold on. Stay with me, fuel. You know, that more downforce is definitely helping me through the middle section there. Okay, please have enough fuel. I don't want it to go down to 2. That would mean that we don't have enough, I think. Please stay at 3. I think we're good for one more. Oh, are you kidding me? I'm gonna complete it nonetheless, because I enjoy driving through that middle section. I don't know, I always feel like there's something wrong with the Assetto Corsa and the curbs. It's not just the curbs itself, but also the force feedback. It just goes crazy when you go over them. The same is for R-Factor 2. When you go over curves, the force feedback becomes crazy. On the G27 at least. But you can tune that. I don't know if you can tune that for Assetto Corsa as well. I hope you can. I'm gonna have to look into that after this video. Because that would make it so much better. This is great, this section. One more liter of fuel. One more time this corner. I'm a big fan of that corner, this one. And throttle. No. That's a bit too much. Oh, and I'm upside down. Great. And I get back to the pit. Right, so that's pretty much it. It was a long video. Next up though is an AI race. I hope you have enjoyed it. That's pretty much it. I definitely have enjoyed it, so... Well, if you have enjoyed it, I would appreciate a like. And that is pretty much it. I'm out of here. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time. And goodbye.